I think so.
Oh, you're sure?
We didn't do the table one.
Table?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can, okay, so I'm not sure about pie chart, but it's okay. So today, okay, I will check it. So let me upload something in the board. So it's good to have a table. Okay, just let me upload it. Well, so another topic. Okay, if I can find it, it takes a few seconds. I need to find because you know I thought that it should be pie chart. Now I can. Okay, well. If I can find it, that will be perfect. Ah, this one is good, I think. We can start one. Okay. So let me find a question and then, this one is good. I think I could find a good sample to study together. Okay, just let me upload it to the board. One moment. Okay. Well, where are they? Okay. Okay, while I'm trying to upload it, if you have any question related to previous sections that we discussed, you can ask me, then we can get started because as I told you, it takes a few seconds so that I can upload it. Well, it's okay now. Let me upload it. Okay. This one is good. Well, okay, so table. So first of all, let's talk about the structure of this task. So as I told you again, so the structure is the same. So we have 4 paragraphs, so introduction, overview, main feature 1 and main feature 2. So exactly the same as we discussed before. So what we need to do to write our essay, okay, and I can say that, you know, there are 5 steps to writing a high-scoring IELTS table chart, actually essay. So the first one, as you know, we need to analyze the question. And as we do, like, you know, like always that we identify the main features, we need to do the same. So that is really important because, you know, we need them for overview, we need them for main bodies and introduction, overview, that is really definitely important. And of course, detailed paragraph. So first analyze what needs to do. After that, main features. But, you know, actually the way that we identify main feature is a bit different from other graphs and charts. Okay, well, so let's talk about this table that now you can see. What is actually the question? What is the title? The table below give the distribution of world population in 1950 and 2000 with an estimate of the situation in 2050. So what we need to do, summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. World population, the first word, 1950 to 2050, and distribution of world population by region. So let's analyze the question. Can you analyze this question to me? Can you briefly talk about it? What can you get? If you want to paraphrase it, for example.
What the? Did you were sharing your screen yet? I mean,
Oh, I'm not sharing.
yeah,
I'm so sorry. I was I was talking. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for
it's fine,
reminding
it's fine.
me. Yeah, it's okay. Well, this one just okay.
Um,
So it's like, for example, as you can see, of word population, like, when we say distribution, it's like the synonym divide, like, okay? Like, for example, the process of giving things out to several, for example, sectors or people or like this, okay? So here, as you can see, first of all, we need to know, okay, what the question is about. So, and then, so what we need, instruction says that we need to summarize. Okay, as you know, again, every question, Alex, a brief description of the graphic. So you know that because we discussed, just so you know, Alex, I don't write, I'm not writing again the same things because something that we discussed before. So just new things. So I don't want to repeat and avoid repeating. Just I talk about them. But if you need, I can write them on the board again. So it's your choice. Do you need?
yeah,
Of course, so let's write it's okay because I've already discussed them. So as you know, every question, so and no difference whether the question is a line graph, bar chart, for example, pie chart, table process. So every question consists of, we can say three parts. The first, or for example, can be sentence. The first one is a brief, a short description of the graphic. So this graphic can be a line graph, this graphic can be pie chart, bar chart, and here we have table. The second one, instruction, what we need to do. Okay, so, and the third one, that is graphic. So, the graphic. So chart, graph, so what is that? Okay, here we have a table. And now, as we discussed before, we need to choose main features. So how to identify the main feature in table graph? So we have some questions. Do you remember that, every time that I discuss a kind of graph or chart, I gave you a list of questions that you need to answer this question in order to find main feature. So what you need, do you remember?
yeah,
So again, we have some questions, some useful questions. So you need to think about them. Of course, you don't write them. Just you think, for example, first of all, units of measurements. So first, what are the units of measurements? What we have here, we need to check it. If we have time period, so what are the time periods? And what can we learn from the title and any labels? So what can we learn from the title and another one? If we have any obvious trends, so like what is the most obvious trend? So some useful question. Another one, if there are any similarities. So are there any Any notable similarities? Well, now we have our questions, so let's have a look at this table and try to identify the main feature. So here we have row and column, as you can see, and of course, look, column, column and rows. So we have them. We have units of measurements, so that we need to. For example, the title here tells us that we have actually changed in the world population from 1950 to 2050, right? It's like, you know, like
Yeah.
the change in population. And as you can see, we have some regions. So the world is divided into regions like Africa, Asia, and, you know, the other regions. And, you know, the data is given for 1950 and 2000 and 2050. So the data information is given for 3 specific years. Okay, so what we can get. And here, actually, this is like a clue that we need to use past tense, present tense, and future tense. Agree? 1950, 2000, and 2050. So they are clues. Because as you know, it's really important to choose a correct tense to write your essay. So that's really important. So here we have clues. Okay, well, in the first table, tell me, Alex, in the first table, what are the units of measurements? Units, of course, and the second one?
Percentage.
Of course, perfect. So that's really, and you know, here we need to focus on general trend. The most notable changes in data between 1950 and 2050. So let's see. Well, first of all, how many main features do we have, do you think? How many? You said, because I couldn't hear.
I don't know, 3.
Of course, yes, just be sure. You know it. Of course, 3. 3, of course, we have 3, as you can see. So we have 3 main features. Now we have different countries, but 3 years, specific years. So the first one, okay, main feature 1. Let's find it. Well, which region? Okay, which region has had an increase in percentage in number of people? Which one? Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, North America? Which one?
Africa.
Yeah, of course. And could you help me, please, to write my main feature 1? Of course, you're definitely right, and it's Africa. But how to write it? Could you please help me? Well, so I say, do we have any other region so similar to Africa? Do we have any other or no? 56, 60, no, no, nope, nope, nope. So the only one, right?
Yeah.
So I say that the only region where the percentage is expected to increase by 2050, of course, is Africa. Now let me put it here so that you can see better. Okay, I think I need, here is better. Well, this way and this way. No, it doesn't work. So yeah, well, so this is my main feature 1. Okay, let's have a look at the second one. So now we mentioned increase. Now it's time to talk about fall, decrease if we have. So tell me something that you can see, maybe the greatest drop or fall. Which one?
I think it's Europe.
Of course, you're right. So 20, 12 and 7%. So Europe, of course. So main feature 2. Okay. So yeah.
I don't know, Europe being the
To have the greatest
degree
fall or drop or increase, yeah, or decrease, I'm sorry, I think. Fall, okay. In what? Of course, in percentage, yeah?
Yeah.
In percentage by
2050.
yeah. And why I say it is expected. So as I told you, we have something that started since past, continue to present and future. So it's like, of course, 2050 time expression, time in future. So of course we expect, we're not sure, it's like expect, okay? So because, you know, of course, by the time. Well, and the third one, main feature 3, okay. So let's see, do we have any, I don't know, changes in percentage or, for example, fluctuation, like, you know, up and down like this? Do we have?
Yeah, Asia.
Of course. So here, I think Asia is important. About the rest of them, like Oceania or, for example, North America, Latin America, so they're not really important because, you know, they're not really, yes, of course we will mention, but, you know, they will come later. Not now, like they are the most important, notable actually points that we need to mention. So we can say that main feature 3. The only, again, the only, because we don't have any other region similar to Asia. So the only region showing fluctuation in percentage, okay, is, of course, it's over the, yeah, of course, over the whole time. Asia. So now I have my main features, okay? It's time to write my introduction, overview, and body paragraphs. Okay, so let me put this here. Okay, well. So about introduction, as you remember, so first of all, we need to paraphrase the question. Okay. And using the synonyms, so like, for example, I don't know, changing the sentence structure. If you want, you can use passive. Okay, so help me. The tables below give the distribution of world population in 1950 and 2000. So say.
Um, the tables below illustrate the changes of the world population from 1890 to 2000 and predicting the situation in 2050. I don't
Very,
know.
very good. Of course, that's it. So the table, just let me write. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay. So introduction. So introduction says that yes, the tables. Okay. As you said, it's like compare changes in the word population, distribution. Okay, when, as you said, just, the only thing that you need to mention, because we have 6 areas, 6 regions, so it's good to between the 6 key regions when, as you said, from 1950 to 2000, and as you said, with prediction for the year 2050. So this is introduction. Of course, we can change it. So the table compares, the table illustrates, shows, or demonstrates changes in the word population distribution between the 6, for example, important, or for example, key regions, key areas from this year to that year. And of course, you can say, for example, it expect the changes for by the year 2050 or for the year 2050. So this way you can write it. Okay, now it's time to write the second paragraph that I told you before is the most important paragraph in writing task 1. Your overview, how to write it. Okay, so that your second paragraph that actually this paragraph, as I told you before, repeats your main feature. So because of this we need. So first of all, now we only give some general information. Details come later, as I told you, in your main body, so you don't need to give any details, okay? And so if you need, you can make comparison. So, well, so we have 3 main features, and now we're gonna write our overview. Okay, so how to change our main features?
Yeah.
Exactly the same. The only region, here,
Yeah.
the only region where the percentage is expected to increase, so for example, is Africa. So while here you only need to link your sentences using some, as for example, sometimes we need sequencers, sometimes, for example, we have connected words. So here, while, because you want to compare, so while Europe is expected to have the greatest fall in percentage, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so this is our overview. And how about the third one? Exactly the same again. So, for example, the only continent showing a fluctuation in percentage contribution over, for example, the whole period of time is Asia. So we only repeat our main features, exactly the same. If you want, you can change again. But here we have good structures and we have acceptable vocabulary, so you don't need to change, so you can exactly write your main features, and this is your overview, right?
Yeah.
So could you say again, please, your overview according to main features?
Um, According to the tables, Africa is the only regions where the percentages is expected to increase, while Europe is expected to have the greatest drops by percentages in percentages by 2050, and Asia is the only region showing a fluctuation in percentages
Yeah. Okay.
over the whole time period.
Very good. Yes. First of all, according to the table, it's okay. But if I were you, I would say as can be seen from the table. So as can be seen from the table, the only region where the percentage is expected to increase by 2050 is Africa, while I compare why I compare these two, because one increase, the second is decrease, the third one is not relevant, so I separated. So the only region where the percentage is expected to increase by 2050 is Africa, while Europe is expected to have the greatest fall in percentage by 2050. And the only, so you can say, just let me write something. So maybe you may especially come across in reading, means solely is adverb, sole, like adjective, means only. The only continent, like, because actually we are talking about the continent, not just a country. So the only continent showing a fluctuation in percentage contribution over the whole period of time, or over the, I don't know how many years, like, 15 to 2000 is like about 20,000, 50 years, about 100. So over the 100-year period, so is Asia. So this way. So you separate your last part because it's not relevant related to actually the first and second, because they actually, like, they follow an opposite trend, like, increase and decrease, so that you can make comparison. What? So we have our main our overview, and it's time to write main bodies. As you know, we need to add details, but here again we have 3 main features, 2 main bodies. So how can I divide them into 2 paragraphs, do you think? The best condition and the best form?
I know the comparison with the Africa and Europe, the main feature 1 and 2, and the second paragraph is Asia.
Of course, perfect. Well, so let's write. Okay, so main feature 1 about Africa. So body 1, paragraph 3. Okay, well, so Africa, it was like, we can say that it's small percentage. So, and after that, we have increased to 20%. That is, 20%, it's about a fifth of the total world population. So we can say that from relatively, for example, small percentage contribution of how many, like it's about how much? 9%. When?
1850.
1950, yeah. What happened? The people of Africa, or population, so you can say, are predicted, okay, are predicted to make up 20% or a fifth of
the world population.
Or the total world population. The total world population when? By
2050.
This is the first one. Okay, and we have an opposite trend, as I told you. So I can say this is not exactly, but almost reversal, as we discussed, like opposite trends, reversal of the situation for Europe. Yeah. What happened? Which
fall?
Yeah, like, yeah, of course. It's like, as you can see, the highest percentage is 22. So, which stood at 22% in 1950 and is expected to, for example, decrease to have, for example, to have a steady decline to, for example, reach just 7% in 2050. Yeah. Or you can also say that is expected to continue with steady, like, because it's like, as you can see, 22, and then we have 12 and 7, like steady. It's not really dramatic. Okay, so this is about body paragraph 3. Okay, it's your time to write body paragraph 4. It's your turn. Let's write. So what? Just I want you to take a few, just 1-2 minutes, think about it and try to type it in chat box for me. Can you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, meanwhile, okay, just there is a different, yeah, it's okay. Difference experience. Okay, in Asia from 19 to 2000, there was an increase of 40% for person in people that made Asia to reach 60% of the total world. Very good. But in the but it's not really good. We don't use it, but it's okay. Of course, it's correct. So I don't say it's not. Like we have better alternatives like however. So like we have
Yeah.
different. Yeah, of course. Well, but in the next while in the next 50 years, it's expected to have a small drop from, okay, good one. Okay, that's really good. So as you said, well, we can say that, yeah, of course, it's a notable trend. So, and as we said, as can be seen in Asia, it's a bit different. Okay, and as we discussed, as we mentioned in our main feature, the only region to show an increase, of course, in proportion or percentage contribution over the first, 50 years is Asia. So, but as you said, but the prediction, like, of a decline, of course, not really like small, looking forward to 2050. Yes. So how about the actually other regions? So because you didn't mention what we have, so we need to mention. So how about that? Because you need to add them, yeah, in my overview, yeah, I can't omit because they're not essential, but in main body I need to discuss them, even one line.
On the other hand, the rest of the what has a country or continent, the rest of the continent was having a steadily experience in the last 50 years and you will predicted to have a small changes to the populations by 2050.
Yeah, of course, as you said, like for example, North America, Latin America, and Oceania. So, they each of them make up less than, just less than 10% of the total world population. And as you said, it's like they show only a really small fluctuation, like in minor fluctuations in contribution over the whole period of time. So just one line, just you need to pay attention. That is really important, Alex, to mention all the details so we know one by one, so you can't omit. just maybe one line, just, you know, for example, one sentence, but it should be mentioned. Okay, so let's write. So we say that body 4, body paragraph 4. That's, we can say that, okay, another notable trend, okay, can be seen in, for example, the data for Asia, which, as we mentioned, is only region show actually increase in percentage or proportion. Ah, that's so difficult. You know what happened to me? I lost my lenses, and you know, I have eye weakness and I'm wearing contact lenses, and you know that I lost. And it's really difficult. I can't see anything, just I guess what I'm typing. Yeah, it's really difficult. So I just tearing up. Okay, so but when percentage of proportion over the first 50 years, so over the first years. However, actually, it's predicted to, for example, decline, okay, like for example, slightly looking forward to when 2050, okay? And the remaining regions, okay, we can say that like the order, you can mention them, okay?
Yeah.
Make, because one by one each, make up less than 10% of the total world population. For example, and show only, for example, small fluctuations in distribution over the whole period of time. Okay. That's it. So this way, we finished our essay. Okay, well, check it and tell me if you have any unclear or something like issue, point or issue that you didn't get. And for example, if you have another table, if you can write or no.
Well, maybe I could write it.
I think you can, because you know, Alex, when I actually hear when you typed your paragraph, I was checking, you know, checking, and I was comparing with, you know, your last, maybe previous, something like sessions that you couldn't, but now you can, and that's perfect. So that's really perfect that now you can because this text, of course, it needs to be improved. So I don't say that no, it's perfect, but it's really good. Especially comparing to. So I want to know if you practice or no.
What did I was checking back to the previous like task that we did,
Yeah,
and yeah, just learning to make it a little bit better. So yeah.
because it's really perfect. That was really good, excellent, and like you started. I think you started. Okay, so there is no question related to this part now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it's okay now.
Yeah. Only
Well,
like
yeah,
yeah, just asking like a problem like my friend had with the IELTS thing. So like she just finished her IELTS test, but now like they say that she can't get her result back, and like probably I don't know, doing some like statement to send back to the censors, and she
so
was
what
like
what
she
I'm
didn't
sorry,
know.
I didn't get, could you say again what happened?
So like she had just got her IELTS test
Yeah,
done like a couple weeks ago, so she was expected to have the score this
yeah,
morning, but then she received an email
yeah.
from the center saying that she got like her IELTS test got taken back, and like they were saving her score, and like she couldn't get it or something, and then she have to do some stuff to like maybe they could give her score back, or maybe just lost like a cup of money to do it again.
So
So yeah.
why? So let me, because I didn't get what's the reason. So what for that? Because what? So someone actually took her IELTS test and it's done, and waiting for the actually band and total score. So it was like there was something wrong with actually the test I didn't get. So why something like this happened?
I don't know, like basically I read the email, and they say that like they need to investigate like the score, and I don't know why. But
Oh,
like it's like her friend like doing the same test on the same days, but she just got her result back. So yeah, I think just there's a problem or something.
what the problems? So it was like after, tell me about the time. So after 1 week or 2 weeks, so when it happened?
So she took the paper test. So she took it like in third third of August. So
Yeah.
there's 2 weeks now, and she should get her result back. But now they're saying that was like,
Oh, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, because I know why this something like this happened, because maybe when something right, when checking, if they actually like, they want to be sure about something, like, for example, especially, when something like happens, testing system, and it can be, I don't know, but there are like a reason like cheating. So that's really common, because I know that. So they do this when they actually recognize that someone cheated. So it's like this. I'm not sure, or I don't know. Some people use some, especially when actually when it's not paper based, so computer based oils. It's like, for example, I need to use some materials, so they need to. It's like, I don't know, maybe against some policies and something like protocols. So maybe because of this. So you need to be sure if your friend cheated or no. This one is really
yeah,
important, especially for writing, because people. Let me say something. Unfortunately, especially in computer-based IELTS, unfortunately, uh, candidates think that, okay, just they think, okay, I can copy exactly the same, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work, because they easily figure. Even, let me say something, even if you use some application to change because I know that candidate use, they paraphrase too, fine, but it doesn't work. So you can't use. Normally it happens because of this, because of suspicion of cheating.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, you need to ask your friend. So what happened?
I don't know. She was like depressing all of the morning, and then like she was just like, maybe I just lost 5 million Vietnam dong to do
Oh,
the
no,
test
no,
again.
just don't worry. If she didn't, so just let me say, so it's like, they're not sure. They want to be sure. So if she didn't cheat, it's okay. It's definitely okay. It will be okay. So no worries. But, for the people who cheated, unfortunately, no. It's like, yes, they will
Yeah,
lose money. So, and there is no way, because it's maybe some other consequences. If they recognize that it was really cheating, so something like this, maybe a worse, I can say consequences, but don't worry. If she didn't, so it's okay. So just, they
yeah,
check again, investigate again, and then, uh, but so it's a good experience. Just pay attention. You don't have to do this. It's like, yeah, because not, and let me say something. The only section, because listening, no, it's not possible. Yeah, speaking, no, it's not possible. Of course, it's speaking. Sometimes, for example, candidate, unfortunately, they memorize some answers and try to use them. So exactly
yeah,
the same. It's not, of course, when you can find the answer, of course, you know, IELTS examiners, of course, they did before, so you can't do this. But in writing section, they cheat a lot. So especially writing task two, because it's like, we have some common topics and we know that of course you can. Why not? You can use it's really normal. For example, you have a sample answer that's perfect. You can use it, but don't copy. Change it, paraphrase it, but not using something like, I don't know, materials or applications. You yourself, you do it, it's okay. Of course, why not? Maybe one sentence, two sentences you can get, so it's okay. I hope that I don't know, they won't consider it as something like cheating. I hope, and I
yeah,
don't think so. But it's okay. I don't think so. It will be okay. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
But it's too sad. I know it's too sad. Just you sure she didn't cheat?
Well, I don't know, but like she did one time last year.
Yeah.
And she got a 7, so but like she
So
wanna try it again, so yeah. But I mean that was like so like unlucky.
well,
Like
no, let me say something. Maybe there's another reason. Maybe she was too really perfect. So because of this,
yeah,
actually, it was like, suspicion of cheating because actually maybe it was too perfect. So we need to consider actually this one. But I hope there won't be, I don't know, anything wrong with scores and she will get a high score and high band. So of course she can, but it's normal. Sometimes it happens.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that's it. Okay. And any other questions?
No.
Okay. So, uh, so I can say that see you tonight, tomorrow. Like
Yeah,
tonight and tomorrow.
yeah,
Okay. Have a great night and see
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.